Good morning, students. You remember, you are the person who can change the world. You have a big responsibility to make the world better. I know you can do this very well. With this positive note, I am going to start today's class. Today, we will revise chapter 5, data handling. Now, what is data? Data is plural of datum, and these are the information, usually numerical, that are collected through observation. Okay, so the data is information. Now, the data is usually collected in the context of a situation that we want to study. But data available to us is in an unorganized form, and when data we collect it, this is known as raw data. Now, to draw meaningful inference or conclusion, we need to organize the data systematically. Okay, so first work, when we collect data, we have to organize. Okay, there are different method of organizing data. One that you have already learned, it is frequency distribution table. Okay, in this chapter you have learned group frequency distribution table. Now, this frequency distribution table is used where there is less number of data. Sometimes we have to deal with large data. Okay, say that marks out of 50 obtained in maths, there are 100 students in the class. 100 students in the class, and you have to analyze the data that they have got in math out of 50 marks. Okay, now they will get like some 20, 21, 23 or 49, 40, 35, this way. So you will have 100, means that you will have marks of 100 students. Okay, so if I ask you to analyze the data or ask you to analyze their performance, it's very tough for me to analyze. But if we organize this data, okay, that will be easy for me to analyze the data or analyze their result. So, for convenience, we make group of observation. Say 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50 marks. Now, these are the range of marks, means number of students who have got between 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50, like this. Okay, say 0 to 10, 5 students, 10 to 20, 3 students, 20 to 30, like 40 students, 30 to 40, say it is 20 students, 40 to 50, say this is 50 32 students. Okay. Now I have got a frequency distribution of the number of observation falling in each group. Okay. So data presented in this manner is said to be grouped data, or this frequency distribution table is known as grouped frequency distribution table. Each group, this 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 like, are called class interval. Each group called class interval. And this 0 to 10, 10 to 20, these are class interval, and this lower value is known as lower limit, and this higher values are known as upper limit. And the difference between upper limit and lower limit is known as weight or size of the class. Okay. Now this I have got, that I have organized this data. Now how to represent that data? There are different methods to represent data that you have learned. You have learned bar graph, single bar and double bar, or pictograph you have learned. In this class we have learned histogram. Okay. Say 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. There are 10, 20, 30, 20, 20. These are the number of students they have got, frequency of this particular class. I have to represent this on a graph paper. So, say this is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So, this frequency, this side I'll represent frequency and this side class. Okay. So, say this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So, 0 to 10, 10. So, this way. 10 to 20 it is 20. This is 30. And again it is 20, 20. If you look at this graph, what is the difference between this graph and that graph you have already, that bar you have learned? This is a continuous bar. Okay, there is no gap in between these two bars. Okay, this continuous representation of frequency or this bar is known as histogram. Okay. Next, we have learned circle graph or pie chart. The circle graph or pie chart is nothing but way of representing data through a circle. It shows the relationship between a whole and its parts. Here the whole circle is divided into sectors. The size of each sector is proportional to the activity or information it represents. Okay. Now if I ask you, what is your favorite sports? Say 50% of you say that it is cricket, 30% of you say that football your favorite sport, and 20% say that tennis is their favorite sport. Okay, now I have to represent this on a circle. Okay, first I have to convert it in terms of degree. That means that central angle of a sector. So 50%, so it is, I have to make it in parts. This is whole part divided in 50. So it is half of 360. The total angle of a circle is 360. So it is 180 degree. 30% is 3 by 10. 3 by 10 of 360 is 108 degree, and 20% is 20 by 100, 1/5. 1/5 of 360 equals to 72 degree. Now I have to draw this central angle. Say first you will draw a circle. Okay, you will draw a circle, then 180 is very easy. Draw a line. This is 180. Next you have to draw 108 degree. Take a protractor and put here central angle, that's central line, that is on 90 degree. Then you draw its, so it is 108 degree. This is 70 degree. Okay, so this much they love cricket, this much they love football, and they prefer tennis. Understood how to draw a circle graph or pie chart? Okay, next what we have learned is chance or probability. Chance or probability is simply how likely something is to happen. Okay, whenever there is some uncertainty, we call it, that is probability of happening that incidence. Okay, so if I toss a coin, what is the chance or probability of getting head? Okay, now how to find out? That is, probability will be total number of outcomes. Total number of outcomes. This is number of favorable outcome. Okay, so for tossing a coin, total number of outcome is 2. Okay, and number of favorable outcome is 1, that is hit 1. So that is probability of getting head is 1/2. Okay, say if you take a die, and what is the probability of getting 6? Okay, so for getting 6, total number of outcomes in case of a die is 6 and favorable is 1. So the probability of getting 6 is 1/6. This way you can find out probability. That's all for today. Thank you.